Elias, good morning.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Not bad, not bad. Getting a bit fed up with this lockdown, but we live in.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, my friend.
I'm 13 years old. I play football at Buxford. I enjoy football a lot with a passion. I've been at Buxford for 2 years. Um, I like to be creative and think outside the box. Most of the time, I like to take a different route than what people tell me to do. But obviously, when needed to, I will take the route needed. Um, I'm very open with people. I like to talk and converse with others and get to know people. Yeah.
So the first question really is, why did you choose Buxwood?
Um, I chose Buxwood one because it was a good opportunity. Where I was before, it didn't have as good as an opportunity, which was in Shanghai. And obviously, as a footballer, you want to be able to get the best opportunity to hopefully make it to the Premier League. And Bucks would happen to be a really good school that gave me the opportunity to play football here and give me an opportunity to get scouted and all those reasons.
This is your second year. Is that right?
Yeah,
Third year.
second.
Second year. Yeah, because you came in for trials
Yeah,
first, didn't you? You came in to experience the place, and then you came.
yeah.
How have you found it? Have you found it to be different from what you've experienced before?
Yes, the boarding part is very different. But football-wise, it's a different level because obviously after being around the world, you experience different styles of football. And coming here, England was a different style than what I was used to. It's more of a physical game, and so it was a little bit hard to transfer from a very technical game to a physical game. Um, but other than that, after getting tougher and a little bit and stronger, you adapt and you're able to play, and it's a good game, good competition.
Has physicality been the biggest difference that you've had to face?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, you without I don't want to upset you, but you're quite small compared to a lot of players when you first came, and obviously you're growing now, but your
Yeah.
technical ability is very good. So obviously we've tried to push you on. Have you found it difficult playing bigger players?
Um, Sometimes yes. I'm obviously not afraid to go up and put in a battle and try to physical them, but obviously that's not the first thing I go to if I'm going for a 1v1 or even just a counter attack. I'm not going to go for a physical against another player because I know I'm probably not going to win that battle. So it's usually I'm able to get off quicker, meaning I'm going to just sprint and hopefully get a ball in space or play a 1-2 and get by them because I know unless I'm playing my age group, I'm probably not.
Sorry, Lars, you keep breaking up, so I have to keep waiting for you to finish. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so, what what have you taken most from your training so far? I mean, obviously, this year, as you know, not many games, so it's been difficult for
Yeah.
you to fully express, your playing talents. But what have you gained most since being at the academy?
I'd say I'd gain playing knowledge more because getting to play higher level and playing up age groups has given me the opportunity to experience a quicker game and bring it to my own age group when I do play and be way quicker processing and then at the same time realizing that you can't always just run past somebody or you can't always just go physical somebody. you have to, once you get to the older age groups, you have to start passing quicker. You have to start moving quicker, anticipating. And it's just a lot of things that you can take that I've taken from the older groups to my age group and my age to play way better.
Yeah. I suppose, I mean, for you, as I say, you're one of the players that we have high hopes for, because you're technically very, very advanced. I think had this year been a normal year, you probably would have been in a team that was at least challenging for some of the trophies this year, definitely. Obviously, when you first came, your age put you in a weaker age group. Did you find that frustrating?
Yes, very frustrating. Of course, I'm always trying to stay positive because I know I can get anxious and like a little angry sometimes when it doesn't go my way. But I just know that I am gifted with more talent than most kids in my age group, and that I have to understand that those kids are also trying to get better to hopefully also play in the big times. So I, as a captain and as their teammate, as their better teammate, I'm trying to help them develop and become a better player themselves. But obviously, it was initially hard to play my game and play with them.
So looking at the academy, who impresses you most? Who do you enjoy either playing with or watching play?
Oh, I love playing with Kento, Gabs, Yasuto. I love watching how Kento and Gabs play because Kento, as he plays in the center mid, when he receives a ball, and even before that, he already knows which way he's going to go or turn, and he creates so much space with that one turn because I may not see it, and then when he's in the center mid and he receives a ball, it can be from any direction, and he knows there's two there, he's going to turn that way somehow, or he's going to make your body shift one way and he's going to go the other, and it's just amazing to watch and to play with because he just creates so many opportunities. And then you just have Gabs, who's a character on the pitch, but really good player with technical skills, who's fun to play with. And when he is turned on and actually trying to win, he will clutch the team and help you get through it. And then you have Yasuto, who's just super calm and will get you through anything. And those three together, playing together, is just like Barcelona. They're passing, moving, passing, and you see a space, and they're gonna play it through, and it's just amazing to watch.
Who do you find most challenging to play against at the academy?
That's a hard question because obviously Koki is a really, really good defender. And he's a very difficult defender to get by in a game. But at the same time, attacking wise, Gabs is really good because he transfers what he is thinking of how he would attack, and usually that's the way other people would attack, and so he's able to adjust. And also Kento, like those guys, those are great guys, and that's why I love training with them because they're hard, and I know I'm not going to beat them more than half of the time, which gives me the idea of, all right, so this didn't work out against them, meaning if other defenders are thinking the same way, I now have learned that I have to do this in a certain way, and then I can possibly do that, and it's just nice to go against them and work because they're not lazy, and so they'll actually put you and try to get you better and work you.
So, what's been the standout moment for you in your time at Buxford? What would you say has been the moment that you've been either the most happiest or that you've felt the most pride of being part of the academy?
I'd probably say when I got called up to play with the under-15s last year. I remember when you guys said you're gonna come train and play with us, and I was stoked. I was so happy. And that night I had called my dad, and it was nighttime for us, so I didn't realize that it was like 5 a.m. for him or something. It was like it wasn't any good time to call, and I called him, and he woke up half asleep and said, "Hey buddy, what's up?" And I told him, I was like, "I made it." He's like, "Oh, congratulations." Obviously, there wasn't that emotion because his brain is half asleep when getting a call early in the morning. But yeah, he messaged me later that when he woke up, and it was nice. And I think that was the happiest moment for me at Buxwood, was getting called up and then playing with under 15 and 16.
Well, as you know, I mean, the academy worked very hard to try and to develop players both as an individual and within a team. And by giving players like yourself an opportunity to play against the bigger players and the more stronger players, it's about trying to get you to develop more, both your skills and the ability to cope. So that's the reason why we do that. I mean, obviously we're lucky in that some of the competitions that we enter with schools competitions is that we can play players up, and some we can't. So anybody watching this who comes from a club background or just a parent or whatever, schools football is very regimented with age groups, so it can be very difficult to allow players to develop in the same way as they would, say, if you were playing for Chelsea or Brighton's academy, because they will play you up on your ability, and there's no restrictions on that. Both ways have positives and negatives for why they do that, and it's just the situation that we do. But quite often we get asked by players and parents, well, why isn't my son playing in that age group because they're better players? Or I remember having a conversation with a parent once who came down and saw a training session for a junior. It was a junior session, and he felt that it wasn't good enough. So it can be quite difficult for them to understand why it is we have to do certain things and why we try and do things. What's your hopes and dreams for the future?
My hopes and dreams would of course make it to the Premier League, play for one of those teams. I would be stoked to play for any of the teams in the Prem. And then after that, or before that, who knows, play in the World Cup for the US. Hopefully get closer, bring a title home to the US, because no, it's not too good. But it'd be to win the World Cup for them. Way better. But then, make it to the Prem. Who knows, maybe even win Champions League. But yeah, I'd be stoked just to make it to the Prem, play for any team, get a chance. And yeah.
You want to be a professional football player?
For sure.
What's your backup plan?
I mean, I obviously haven't put too much thought into it because football is my passion. So I'm trying to push and achieve, because I'm pretty sure I can make it somewhere playing football, like somewhere. It may not be the Prem, but I know I can play football as a passion and make some money off of it. But obviously, I've discussed this with my parents, and that if I didn't make it football-wise, or say I got pretty injured and I couldn't play football anymore, I'd go to the army. I've always had a passion for the army. My dad was gonna go to the army, but he missed it by like a little bit age-wise for flying. My grandpa was in the army for about 40 years. He was in the army for a long time, so it's kind of in the family. And I always had a passion for it, like the being in the front line or going to, in the war and saving some people, or, just coming back, it's just the pride you get for serving for your country.
As we always tell you, I mean, even it's a small amount of players from every background that gets a chance to be a professional player. But we have a pretty good record of it at the minute. I mean, we saw a former Buxwood player not that long ago, Terem Moffey, scoring against PSG. which you can imagine is an absolutely amazing
Yeah.
feeling, I'm sure. But also, as I always tell you, that you know, even if you get a footballing career, you've got to do something afterwards, because it's only a small gap of your life.
Yeah.
So I always tell you guys to make sure your education is up to scratch, because and it's my favourite saying is, there's only so many football pundits on the telly. There's only so many spaces for people to go and talk about football on the telly.
Yeah.
So, you know, after that, what have you got?
Yeah.
But no, as I say, you're technically a very good player, and we have high hopes for you. So, you know, hopefully, once this horrible pandemic disappears, or at least becomes manageable, we can get back to some form of normal football.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to add? I mean, why? Well, I suppose really, the question I haven't asked you is, you know, if somebody watching this was considering coming to England to study and play football, why should they choose Buxwood?
It's a big family. Like, this school, even though you're all from different countries, everybody is a family. You may have your pockets of groups and your friends from the same country, but once you're on the pitch, if you're gonna play football or even just coming to Buxwood, you're one family. You're one big family. You're always gonna get along with a group of people. It's not just like one or two friends. You're usually gonna make a good amount of friends, and you're gonna all hang out together, and you'll have a good time. I don't know what it's like for day students, but I mean, as a boarder, it's good. It's really nice. Last year was phenomenal. It's just the people and the vibe around is nice. They're always welcoming. And yeah, but obviously this year with COVID, we're not all together, but we're still all trying to get through it together, and we're still talking to each other. We're still hanging out with each other, and it's just, yeah.
Well, Elias, I must thank you for your time this morning, despite the slightly dodgy internet connection.
Yeah.
It's been good to talk to you.